Hey guys, it's Greg with the Bootstrap, btbootstraps.com. Today is the 75th anniversary of D-Day, Normandy invasion, pretty much a kickoff for European front of World War II. President was over in Normandy, gave a fantastic speech. Listened to the speech that Wilson, I believe, gave the day after D-Day. And I just think about the amazing qualities and character of the men back then. You know, the elegancy in their language and the usage of the language versus like what you see today. You know, I don't think that most Americans, much less most of the world, would have this the fortitude to go out and accomplish something like what these guys accomplished. You know, it's almost like a grand scale level that we can't even wrap our heads around. I mean, we have movies like Saving Private Ryan, or we have like that Band of Brothers show, or the Pacific, Hacksaw Ridge and things like that, where we see these acts of heroism, these portrayals in movies. The amazing thing is that actually happened. I've listened to the stories, and I've watched lots of documentaries of the soldiers of that time who were still around, who like what they accomplished and what they did, and the fact that these guys went over there for years at a time, family members not knowing if they were coming home, no word from them practically. Letter writing was pretty sparse at that time. Their terms of service would be 4 years, 2 to 4 years, and you were gone. I mean, it was gone. It wasn't like you were gone for a couple months and then back home and then that was it. You were gone essentially the entire time. And you look at the caliber of men back then, and what they accomplished. And even though I have the utmost respect for the military and those in the service in this day and age, I wonder if something like that were to happen again, would you see like the influx of other people not associated with the military joining the military, at that level, like what those guys were doing, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, look at the protest that happened to the guys at Vietnam and what they came back to, and they served just as honorably as the guys in World War II. In fact, unfairly, they were crapped on, all things considered, even though they were still performing an amazing feat and did amazing things. And a lot of those guys, a lot of them volunteered, but a lot of them were drafted as well. Same thing with World War II. A lot of volunteers, a lot of drafts, but a lot of volunteers. It's amazing, and then to hear the stories of the people who were there. I mean, my ex-fiance, her grandfather served on the USS Arizona and was there in Pearl Harbor when it was attacked. Thankfully he survived, and the stories that he said was just flat out amazing. It was just fascinating to listen to these guys, and if you haven't had the opportunity to hear in their own words like the action and events that happened during that time, I really encourage you, while they're still here, to do so, because it's a very humbling trip down memory lane. Anyway, for anyone who was there, if you're watching this, thank you. We can't thank you enough. For those who are actively serving, or reservists, or even those who have retired and are veterans, again, thank you. That's what we do on this channel. That's what we do for the story. We don't just sell t-shirts, although that's something we do, but we also try to be active in our community. I mean, we have our local bases here, in Minneapolis, St. Paul, that we try to associate with and communicate with and do things for them as well. So for all you guys, thank you. Anyway, comment below, like the video, and check out the store again. It's btbootstraps.com, and I will talk to you guys later.